Hey all, welcome back to Neon's Movie Reviews. I'm Neon, this is my buddy Nate. Um, Today we are talking about Adam Wingard's The Guest. And This is a film I stumbled upon. Hadn't heard anything about it. The only reason I checked it out is because I had just watched Your Next, which is directed by him, and I wanted to see what else he had done. The Guest had the best reviews, and I checked it out and knew nothing about it except just a brief little summary. Um, and thoroughly, thoroughly impressed by this film. I suggested it to you, and I didn't really tell you too much about it. Um,
Do not, for whatever reason, stop this video and go watch the trailer.
Do not. No.
And we'll talk about why when we're talking about spoilers.
We'll get into that, but yeah.
But that in and of itself should tell you what we think about the trailer.
Yeah, do not watch the trailer. If you see the trailer, you're going to expect the wrong type of movie, and it's going to ruin the entire experience for you of what makes this movie good. So yes, just do yourself a favor, see this film unspoiled. But yeah,
I wish It's All About the Edit would do one on The Guest.
Yes. Yes. This would be a fun film for that. You can make so many different films out of this. But
I just meant the trailer, just like, dude, change the trailer.
Oh yeah.
Please.
But I brief non-spoiler review. This is basically soldier comes home from war. Friend of his was killed in action. He goes to visit their family to kind of pay his respects to them.
Pass along a final message.
Yep, pass along a final message from his friend, and family is very welcoming. They invite him to stay. He's just a really nice guy, very friendly, and then some weird things start happening.
Good help around the house.
Yeah, I mean he's a great help, but he's just something's a little weird about him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to say anything else. Go see this movie. I would give this film. For me, this is as perfect of a movie as you can get for what it is. I give this film a 5 out of 5.
I really like it. There's a point not long into the movie where when I was watching it, I texted you and I said, "This scene just did it for me. Pretty much doesn't happen. Pretty much doesn't matter what happens for the rest of this movie. I will be able to use this scene to justify the time spent watching this movie." And it's not the only redeeming quality of the film. I have not seen as much of this director's work as you have, but I enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed every actor's performance.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't anybody. We kind of just also spoke about Barefoot in the Park.
Yes, we just filmed that as
It's a
well.
totally different movie.
Yes.
But likewise, every single person, no matter how small they were in this film, did a good job selling their part of that scene, selling their part of this overall story.
Yes.
So that in and of itself makes things easy to enjoy when everybody does a good job, even if it were a bad script. I would give it 4.75. Not for. I mean, I guess for overall enjoyment of the film, I guess that's the way you like to say. For overall enjoyment of the film, sure, I have no problem giving it 5 stars. I guess if you're going to start nitpicking, cinematography, things like that, whatever. But Um, it was time well spent. I enjoyed it. Again, like we already said, tonally, please don't go watch the trailer.
Yes.
I was lucky enough that he told me about the movie, and I watched the movie, and then I was trying to talk about the movie with somebody else, and I was going to send them the trailer, but I actually watched it first, and I'm so glad that I did because I did not send them the trailer. I said, you know what, I just watched the trailer. Please don't watch the trailer. Just go watch the movie.
Yes.
I think that's about it. Non-spoilers wise.
Yes. Yeah. Just go see this movie if you have not seen it. And if you have not seen this movie, please turn this video off and come back to it afterwards. Like, this is a film you do want to be as unspoiled as possible. But yeah, let's dive into spoilers. This is
Spoiler alert.
last warning for what is a 5-year-old film now. Giving massive spoiler alerts for. Hey, yeah, not
people that haven't seen Citizen Kane, man.
Yep. All right. So this film, where to begin? Let's just kind of run through the briefly go through the plot here. So film opens up. You are introduced to this family, and they're all grieving the loss of one of their children or sibling, depending on the character. Our main character, Dan Stevens is I think his name.
It's very show don't tell.
Yeah.
Like the first thing you see in the movie is him running.
Oh, that's true.
And then you get the play out of this family getting ready in the morning. Well, 3 out of the 4 family members getting ready in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
You don't meet the daughter right away.
Right.
But as you can tell, there's something amiss, especially between the husband and wife. There's something going on there.
Mm-hmm. No, it's very well done. It's the dialogue is especially well done. It's all very believable. It's never once was I like, oh, this is scripted dialogue. It always felt like, oh no, this is what that person would say in this moment. So it works very well. But yeah, basically he comes to their door. He is claiming to have served with or he meets the mother at the door. He claims to have served with her son.
And been there when he died.
Been there when he died. Delivers his last words, last message to her, and
he's able to verify his claim immediately because he can point out himself.
Oh yeah.
In a picture that they have hanging on their mantle.
Yeah, like he was part of the platoon. Like he
right.
is who he says he is.
Yeah.
He is. He knows. Yes. There is later in the film there is question regarding who he actually is, but
there's no question about whether or not he served.
Right.
With their son.
Yes, he was definitely part of this unit.
He couldn't have you didn't sneak that picture in like the night before. So
can you imagine that plot twist, like third act reveal? There's been a massive cult involved, and they've all been like switching out stuff in the background.
I don't know. It was just somebody else's face. He photoshopped himself in, snuck it in the night before. Like, oh, you never noticed? I'm that guy right there. And it would have been even funnier if it were played by like Chris Farley. Somebody who definitely would have noticed. Like, aren't you dead? First off, and second, I'm much larger. But yeah, so he shows up to help out with the family. He shows up to a grieving family delivering last messages.
Right.
The daughter seems a little instantly skeptical, like the way he talks. Like
he's very proper. I mean, very.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. And like he's overly nice. Like
I mean, like if you're the guy who just came back from
fair enough.
From war and because he says his plan was, he had some money, he was going to go down to Florida because he had a construction background and he was going to do some construction because that's what his plans were.
You're right.
And they become insistent. No, absolutely not. You're going to stay here. Which is funny. It's funny because the mom tells the wife mom tells the husband that, and his first reaction is, we don't know anything about this guy. Like, does he have that PTSD stuff?
Right.
And her response was, well, what if her son would have come back? Wasn't the son Caleb?
I think so, Caleb. Yeah.
Okay. So what if Caleb would have come back that way? And he's like, low blow.
Yeah.
So he kind of sarcastically at first offers him the beer. He refuses, but they ended up bonding through alcohol.
I'll talk. I've got a lot to talk about this dad character. He is one of my favorite characters in this whole movie. But yes, they have a little bonding moment over this beer after he finally agrees to it. And
he's been passed over for a promotion recently.
Yep, he kind of after a couple beers over the course of the night, he tells kind of spills his beans that he's been passed over for promotion. Been there longer than the other guy. Basically,
the other guy has a college degree.
Other guy's got a college degree, and they kill. It looks like they killed
district manager position.
Right, district manager. That's a good position.
Right.
And
it's already to be a store manager, I think.
Right.
Anyway.
But they it looks like they've already killed at least a 6-pack. Probably on to their second 6-pack
right.
now. And the dad is definitely drunk, and he's going to go grab even more beers. And Dan Stevens is David is his character.
And my only, as far as I know right now, my only experience with him as a performer before this, I never seen him in Downton Abbey.
No.
My only experience with him was, do not judge me, I have a small daughter at home. The live action Beauty and the Beast, which again, that's not really. Yeah. I'm not really looking at him most of the time in that movie anyway.
And I didn't see that one, so I can't judge. The only thing I've seen him in outside of this was the first season of Legion on FX, the X-Men spinoff. He basically plays Xavier's son, who's unsure of his reality. The series is half him working with X-Men, like mutant freedom fighters, and then flips back and he's stuck in a mental institution. Then he's back there. It's a really good show, really impressive. You would really like it. Basically, what I'm hoping WandaVision is going to be like, and that level of trippy. But yes, Dan Stevens. That's all I've ever seen of him. I knew nothing about his acting prowess. I was just like, oh, he was good in this.
But he doesn't even seem phased by the beers.
Yeah, and yeah, just
not at all.
Sitting there, just looks at his watch, like nothing. The dad even makes mention of it, and he's just like, man, you can put those back. And it's just like, oh yes I can. And like, just man, it's a fact.
Great.
And so after that, is after this the bar or is it the party? I can't remember the order.
I don't remember. I honestly thought that the bar happened first.
I think so.
Because the kid's head gets slammed into the wall before he even meets him.
That's right.
Because he doesn't believe him, because he says, oh, what happened to your face? And then I got hit by a football. He's like...
That's right.
Well, and then at the party, he says it could happen. He goes, it could.
Yes, that's right. It could. And then that's right. The next day,
and then
he picks him up from school, and he hops in, and he's just like, so which one of them was the one that hit you? And he kind of points them out. It's like
it's just funny. I'm not going to talk about this one. I'm not going to get into the extensive details on how this thing on the internet. I had a very similar situation when I was younger with a family member of mine. But except
you'll have to tell me later about this.
This family member, instead of doing the job for me, said,
"Okay,
guess what? You guys are throwing down. I'm going to stand here and ref. You guys are throwing down."
Oh, gee, thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll talk about that story in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But so you basically said to point out your bullies to me.
Yep.
Follow him to a bar, and he's like, "These are high school kids, you
Right.
know." And he's like, "What are they in a bar?" He's like, "Oh, they serve the football players."
Right.
You go inside, and
This is that scene that
this
you
is the
texted
scene
me
that I
on.
talked about. That I was just like, all right, after this scene, I don't care what happens to the rest of the movie, it's justified.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it is. I mean, I know we're in the spoilers part, but I kind of still don't want to get into all of the details
Oh, no,
of the
this
dialogue
is
that goes
if
on in
you've
the
only-
scene because I just love it. Like,
if you've seen this movie,
yeah,
like, you should only be here.
Right. You were already thinking this was. If you've already seen the movie, when I said there was a scene 20 minutes or so into it,
You know
you already knew the scene that I was talking about.
Yeah.
But the drinks that he orders for the drink that he orders for himself became very intentional,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed afterwards, like, oh, you know what? Whether he really liked that drink or not,
Right, it worked out.
he probably was going to order that drink no matter what, because he had a plan for that drink.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the dialogue of when he's ordering the drinks for the kids at the table, the dialogue of when he's like, well, you know, I can't serve the person at the table with you. He's like, well, did you ask them for their ID?
Right.
You know, he's very,
And
very
the bartender is great too, because he's just like, he looks over at the table, he's just like,
so what can I get?
yep.
So what can I get? Fine. Like I'm not even gonna argue with you.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, you got me. But and then the fight, you know, it's funny because I love it because I was like, oh, look, I mean, he was on the defense for the most part. He was being attacked, but then you have to think about it. You go, at least a couple of them were minors.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like 15, 16, maybe
17 at the most.
Right.
But
he was just like, okay, I mean, like, yeah,
But I love how he ends that scene though, because like the bartender, he's got the pool stick, he's like, or the baseball bat, he's like ready to like come out, and like he's like still scared of the guy, and like you got all of them like laying on the ground, and he's just like, all right, well, here's some money for the damages, and
you're gonna tell them the truth. This is what happened.
Yep.
You tried to serve, you know, they wanted to get served. You refused them. They got violent. That's what happened.
This is what happens when you serve minors.
Right. It was a very well written scene. I loved it.
For me, it's up there with the Sicilian speech in True Romance. It's up there for me in one of those types of scenes.
I love the scene. For me, to be honest, it reminded me of an even more violent version of Mr. Miyagi kicking the shit out of a bunch of minors. who yes, you know, Daniel was outnumbered and he was being held, but Johnny was just trying to roll a doobie in the bathroom. He wasn't hurting anybody. And here comes along this fuck pouring a bunch of water on him while he's trying to roll a joint. You ruined my bag. You got me wet. I don't know if I can beat your ass too.
Yeah.
Daniel deserved that ass beating. He is the antagonist of that movie, not the protagonist. It is a story about a peaceful suburban kid named Johnny, whose life is torn apart by Daniel LaRusso. I haven't even watched the YouTube series, but that's the story that should be told. That should be the opposite story.
That is the real Karate Kid right there.
Yes. The real Karate Kid is Johnny.
Yeah, he is the Karate Kid.
Daniel LaRusso. But that's what I thought that scene was. Like, this is fun, and I'm enjoying it, but this is a grown adult kicking the shit out of a bunch of minors.
Oh, it's great. And brutally, too.
Brutally.
Oh, yeah.
Not only is it a brutal ass beating, but
there's bone crunches and...
Yeah. We don't quite get Saving Private Ryan.
No.
It doesn't approach...
Nobody dies.
You know, it doesn't quite approach, you know, Passion of the Christ score.
There's I don't even think there's blood outside of like a bloody nose, but but there is like,
when he
but
sticks that kid's ankle,
but there's no blood.
Right. Well, when he sticks his ankle, it's pretty intense.
Yeah. It's mostly just the sound and the visual.
Right.
Yep.
I like the party scene was fine. It was whatever.
I love the little fight though that he has.
Yeah, when her ex-boyfriend comes in, that's not a fight. That's an attitude correction. That's literally what most people in the military would refer to that as. It wasn't a fight. That was an attitude correction. Like, I altered your way of thinking very quickly.
Mm-hmm. That was amazing, and I love that she was just like immediately just like, oh okay, and now she's all over him, and she like takes him in the back room, and
oh no.
She was already over him, but that was kind of like the part where she was like...
When she opened the door, he was on the menu.
Yes.
She was just like, but is it going to be a main course, or is it going to be, an appetizer? Like, I thought it was amazing that they came back out to the party. Like,
right.
Like, what? Like, if you're getting it like that in the other room, why are you coming back out to the party? Just stay in there. You can find your own way home. She lives here. You'll be fine.
Well, he wasn't there for her. He was there for the other girl. He was there to be
right.
He was doing his job.
The fight where the son actually sticks up for himself, I thought was amazing.
Oh, that was great.
Because that kid took a sharpened pencil and stabbed him.
Yeah, in the neck and in the back.
He stabbed him.
Yeah. He just
bam. Yes. I thoroughly loved that, and then
he gets his
office.
Well, no, and then he gets like thrown into the wall, and then like and then you have the amazing just like the meter stick that he just smacks across his face and
breaks his young.
There's just like a couple seconds of silence, and then the guy's
again. I'm sure it wasn't the filmmaker's intent, but I think the reason that I loved that was I instantly went, Tommy Boy! Like, I imagined that this high school kid was in the nurse's office, and she was like, tell me where it hurts, and he was like, not so much here or here, but right here.
Yes.
Yes. I don't see any mark. Go back to class. But I absolutely loved the principal's office. When sorry, we're gonna have to expel him. And Dan Stevens just, man, it was like if Muhammad Ali were a litigation lawyer. It was just like, all right, I'm backing you up, and here comes the KO. And because he just started asking him some questions, I started to wonder if it was Tom Cruise had got him up on the stand,
right?
Because he was literally just, oh well, did he call him any names? Going to Dana Carvey, the church lady, could it be Satan? Right. Could the word have been a word that rhymes with maggot, starts with F? Right. Could have been that word. The principal's like, it might have been that word.
Oh, well, that makes this a hate crime.
Right. I just love his face. Wait, what? Wow, your first openly gay student. I didn't even know he was gay. I mean, best I can do is suspension. Oh, sorry, we're gonna be calling our lawyers. Yep. I just love that entire thing. You just, at this point, I'm like, okay, he took the ass beating, and the kid's a little far. By this point, I thought he was going to take out the knife, because by that point he already has the knife.
Yes.
He'd been given.
Well, the knife gets his own payoff later on.
Right, but still,
right.
I was like, oh shit, is he going to pull out his knife at this point? And,
is that what this is going to be?
Right. So.
Yeah. Yeah, because still to this point, we don't really know where this is going.
Right.
Like, there was a scene earlier on that, like, He met up with one of the guys from the party to buy a gun.
He kills them.
Yeah, and he kills both of them.
Well, there's the scene that you get where the daughter has overheard him outside talking on the phone to a doctor in Florida about he needs a new face.
Right.
That's where she has gotten started becoming suspicious. I mean, that's beyond suspicious. But and
it's plot of Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Right. And at this point, we also, as far as showing us the true plot line, we've also seen the little.
The government guys?
Yeah, the little company meeting that they had been having to start reporting, and he gets pulled out of what seemed like he was probably reporting to a board of directors or something, and he gets pulled out. Oh, we're going to cover this up. I thought everybody was dead. Mm-hmm. It's at that point that I was like, okay, is this going for an identity? We were talking about, we didn't like the trailer. I think the trailer... I watched the film and then I went back and I watched the trailer. Yeah. And when I watched the trailer, I did kind of get the same feelings that I got watching the movie, where I was like, okay, what kind of a movie is this? But the difference is that the payoff in the trailer is bad, because I feel like they show you too much of the movie. But
it gives all the wrong tone.
Right, but it gives off the wrong tone, and it
makes him very creepy the entire time. It reminded me of Fear.
Fear. I don't. When we were talking about
it
earlier,
single white female.
Right, I'm just like, it was kind of like a blend between. Is it single white female? Is it I don't remember the other thing, but you know, like, what are you trying to get across here?
Well, because it starts off right. It starts off with him coming in, meets the family, all that dynamic, kind of party life. He's friendly, he's helping out, and it's just like, oh, cool, like this is all good. And then,
but in the movie, as soon as you introduce the company thing again, I'm like, okay, now we're.
Yeah, where are we going?
We're on Born Identity now. Now it's not, because when the dad suggests in the hallway to the mom, the first night he's there, you know, how do you know he doesn't have PTSD? You know, how do you know that he's?
That's all I thought it was. He was an unstable soldier soldier.
Right, and that's kind of what I thought too. Like he's meaning well, but he's taking this a little far. Right. Yes, you kind of start getting these inklings of, okay.
He killed these two guys, but maybe he looks at, but the way he, like, okay, one's a weapons dealer, the other one he talks negatively about as a drug dealer and stuff, like, maybe he feels they're lesser. He's trying to keep them away
from the family.
Yeah, maybe
he's trying to keep them away from her.
Right.
He's got a sixth sense of.
Well, yeah, there's
justice, but
you have the dad who's boss. Or the guy who did get the promotion that we mentioned earlier.
You find out towards the end of the movie that he's found dead in his apartment.
Yeah, him and his girlfriend murder-suicide. They OD'd on a bunch of pills, but there were bruises on the bodies, so doesn't look completely normal. And then her boyfriend. He is found with the murder weapon that was used to kill.
Oh, the drug dealer. Those usually called the arms slash.
Yeah, the arms guy and the other drug guy.
Yeah. So you know he's up to shady things, but.
Still not prepared for what it is.
Right. I'm still expecting him to be the. Protagonist? I mean, I was still kind of rooting for him at that point. I stopped rooting for him as soon as he put a knife in the mom's chest. As soon as he put a knife in the mom's chest, I was like, all right, you're fucking scum, and I want you to get killed now.
See, okay.
But as soon as that happened, I instantly. I never wanted it to be those company guys, but I was for sure. No, you killed mom? Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of the kids gets to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
I hope somehow it's both.
Right.
But I have a feeling they're only going to let one live. I was
Mm-hmm.
wrong about that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was sure like, okay, one of them's gonna have to die too.
Right.
When he strapped on his seatbelt when he saw the dad coming down the road.
Right.
All right.
Yep.
That's where this is going.
Oh, I felt so sad for him.
Yeah.
He's just like, hey,
he just got a promotion. He had a drinking buddy.
Yeah, well, and the worst part is too is with the accident, he just puts the seat. He like sighs when he sees the car, puts the seatbelt on, and and then crashes into it, and then he's sitting there, and like the camera pans over to the other car. You see the dad starting to wake up, and then it pans back to David, and he's just like.
He didn't die.
Gets back up, grabs his gun, goes over, puts two in his chest.
Carjacks the guy that comes along.
Carjacks the next guy. Or, well, no, he just takes off on foot from there. He just runs off.
Oh, it's the company guy that military police and
but
takes the guy's gun.
But before this, so, like, there's this massive shootout as the military guys show up to the house.
Contractors.
Right. And it's what, like 5 or 6 people there total?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which was a nice touch. It wasn't this massive army. It was just a couple guys. This is what was in the area.
Right.
Is it the Allstate guy or is it the
Allstate guy?
No, he's the guy. No, I'm totally mixing up my guys. What was he? What is he?
I apologize. I do not know the actor's name. I apologize to the actor for not knowing your name. But he is the concierge in John Wick.
That's it. That's where I know him from.
I mean, he has a very large body of work.
But yes,
that is
the easiest
more
reference.
recent work.
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed him in this role. For me, I was like you, I was completely...
It was smaller than I thought it was going to be and bigger than I thought it was going to be at the same time.
Yeah, it was weird.
Because it was different than I thought it was going to be, yeah.
When I saw him in the suit, I immediately thought that's all he was going to be. He was going to be the suit.
Yeah.
He was going to be the suit villain, who's going to be there as the main, like, antagonist that he's got to defeat at the end. Yeah. And, oh no, he's right there with them on the front lines, like, oh, okay, alright.
Obviously not nearly as well as trained as the other guys.
Well,
but
that makes sense.
He does live longer than they do.
Yeah, but, well, they so for me, I was right there, well, before we get there, I was right there with you when we were talking, with being against him when he killed the mom and the dad. I was... Oh, okay, yeah, he needs to go. And then the moment company man, he picks up the daughter, or he picks her up from her work, the restaurant. He heads out, and he starts explaining like what
he went through an enhancement program that
basically the super soldier
psychologically conditioned him to tie up all loose ends.
Exactly, and even if he wanted to, he probably couldn't stop him.
He's been Clockwork Orange into being a killer.
Yes, and he is just following programming, and fortunately, you are part of his cover story, and you all have to be taken out because you were compromised.
Would that be interesting if this entire movie were a secret Total Recall?
That'd be cool. Well, the other thing that I find interesting is, would he have still killed the family if the company guys didn't show up?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think he would have just gone to Florida. Maybe there would have been some issues with the daughter.
The daughter was trying to use the brother to figure stuff out, and what the brother was on board was covering it all up. So
right. Well, yeah. I mean, he had already sent the boyfriend to prison by that point, so there were issues. But he was going to be out there in a few days too. So yeah, he probably would have just left them all. But yeah. So then you have the son who is now serving detention as his reduced sentence that was negotiated. He is stuck at setting up this crazy elaborate high school dance Like, it's got...
It had a crazy... I don't know what they did as a fundraiser.
Right.
But it was not having a car wash.
No, like, this thing was like Halloween Horror Nights, horror house maze.
Like, a couple of the parts of that reminded me of of 1 year of the Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, there's the thing that jumps out at you.
The checkerboard room.
Yeah, oh, that especially.
Because the 1 year when it was over at Islands of Adventure, that was inside the Popeyes filled rat barges queue line.
Okay.
It was like a checkerboard thing like that.
Well, I remember they would use kind of similar effects with like some of the Chucky exhibits that they would do in there and everything too. But yeah, like it's this crazy.
The teacher gets taken out.
Well, well, you have this crazy. They have to go there to pick up the son as basically the company's guy's goal now at this point is just to protect the two kids, because if you can protect them, then David's still going to be continuing to look for them, and they have a chance of stopping him. Ideally.
Using them as bait?
Basically, yeah. But as long as the bait's still alive, we're good. In theory. But, alright. We skipped over the diner scene, though. So, there's this amazing scene. So when the company guy gets to the diner, he goes in there, he grabs...
Extracts the daughter.
He extracts the daughter, they leave, they pull out, they go off on the highway. And then you see David pull in into a newly acquired car. Camera pulls up, you see blood splatter all over the windshield. He gets out, kind of walks inside, meets the girl from the party, and asks where the other girl is. She kind of starts bluffing a little bit, kind of fumbling, and pulls out a gun, shoots her right in the chest.
In the middle of the diner.
Yep, just middle of the diner. Everybody else is just like, what? And
pops a couple of hand grenades.
Pops 2 grenades.
Up at the arms deal.
Yep, pops the 2 grenades that were teased at the end of the arms deal, and just as he's walking out, just rolls them back into the center of the place. Hops back into the car, drives off. Big giant explosion. And it's all done to like this pop song, and it's very funny. It's morbid, but it's very funny. It works very well. The most of the movie is done to a like synth wave music. It's all music that the characters are listening to within the world. It's all like music from the CD player that the daughter is listening to, or that's being played on the radio, or that's being played in the jukebox. Like, it's all the music that is from that scene. Right. And if there is no music in that scene, it's just silent. I really appreciate that. So, like, the car scenes where they're just talking about what's going on. It's just the dialogue, and because that's all you need there. You don't have the music telling you what to feel, which was something I truly appreciated. But so yeah, they're going through the maze trying to find their way out. He locks them in there, starts picking them off one by one, takes out the teacher that's working in there.
And the company guy.
Then the company guy kind of what does he say? He's just like,
what did you expect?
Yeah.
Like, you came after me, what did you expect was going to happen?
That's
how did you think it was going to turn out?
Yeah. And then so you've got the daughter and the son. They're the 2 siblings. They're trying to figure out what to do. The son is still not believing what's going on. Then she basically tells him that he killed mom and dad, and he finally believes her. She has him hide away in a spot while she goes off and lures him away. And then they do a couple misdirections, a couple different traps.
I had a Jurassic Park moment. Clever girl.
Yes, very, very much. But they end up getting him down. Seems like they shoot him, or she shoots him in the shoulder. She goes over, he disappears because there's like this layer of fog that's on the ground.
See, and another one of my favorite movies was a spoiler alert for the end of this movie for me. I expected the end of this movie because of another movie that I know we both love, but I'll talk about that in a second.
Okay.
It want to forget that, because but yeah, so looking for him, can't find him.
Right, looking for him, can't find him. He pops up, starts strangling her, and then the brother comes out. He pulls out the knife that David gave him earlier in the film, stabs him in the back, pulls it out, stabs him in the chest, and then I think that was it. And he falls to the ground right there.
He falls on the bales of hay. Something else has been knocked over that's causing smoke and fire.
Right, the whole place is starting to burn up. He basically says like, don't feel guilty to the brother.
So it had to be this way.
It had to be this way, yes.
And I brought that up to you.
Yes, and I never picked this up.
My thoughts on that.
Yes, and so after that, it cuts to them. They're sitting in the ambulance. They got the blankets over them. They're breathing oxygen. It, pans over to the fire department. So most of the people are coming out. They've just finished putting out the fire. Most of the guys coming out have their masks things still on and all their gear on. And you hear one guy mentioning something about one of the bodies they found was missing all of his teeth. And then you see this guy come out with the same limp that David's been having for this last act of the movie.
And we get an actual getaway homage to Leon the Professional.
Mm-hmm.
He's coming out with a full mask on, so you can't see him, and that's what I thought about that. It was as soon as I was like, this is Leon the Professional. He's totally getting out of this, because as soon as that fire started, I was like, I think he's getting out this way. And then he got stabbed at the chest. I was like, maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. No.
And then I heard the dialogue about the teeth, and I was like, I'm not wrong. Are they going to show it?
Right.
And then when they showed it, I felt like I'm still rooting against him as far as a human being. But I was like, I get the payoff I didn't get at the end of The Professional. There is no, Gary Oldman waiting in the hallway to shoot you in the back of the head. You are going to get away.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
that's Leon the Professional right there.
Yeah. No, I never. Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And like you were talking about it had to be this way.
Right. No, it had to be this way. Yeah. No, that when you explained that to me after you're watching it, I upset with myself that I missed it on my 3 viewings of it.
Well, because David's on the phone talking about he needs a new face, and he's like, well, dental records? How the hell am I going to do anything about dental records?
Okay.
He specifically mentioned dental records when he's on the phone with that doctor.
Yep, and he needed teeth. Yep. Needed a body.
And so when the kid stabs him, I don't think that he wants it. Again, no, I think if he can get out of that scenario without them finding out, he does it, and they stay alive. But once things started in motion, I think that he wanted to use the kids. Yes, I'm going to have to kill mom and dad. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
There was no other way.
Yeah.
It had to be this way,
Mm-hmm.
And then he can use the kids as they won't get in trouble for killing me because it's justifiable homicide. I'm trying to kill them. So I can still get to protect Caleb's brother and sister.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do anything about mom and dad.
Right.
But I can do this. I can still set them up to be protected. I get to get out, and this is my way out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that he saw those puzzle pieces fit, and
I could definitely see that.
This is the way it happened. It has to be this way.
Yep. Now they're going to be in protection most of their life.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yep.
They'll get insurance money,
Mm-hmm.
life insurance policies, all that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, that's...
It's no substitute for having your parents.
No, but
at least... Yes, I had to kill your parents. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm. But he'd understand.
Right.
Because he was part of the program too.
Right.
Do you think he killed the brother?
No.
Or do you think... Because I got the impression that the brother died beforehand, and then when they were trying to clean up everything.
Because if I'm not mistaken, when he's talking to her, explaining everything, he explains that there were a bunch of people in this program, and that, if I'm not mistaken, he explains that something negative had happened to all the other patients. They thought the same thing had happened to him, and then he created the explosion or whatever. I may be mistaken about that other part. I mean, I specifically remember them saying he created the explosion. They thought he had died in that explosion, which is why they weren't looking for him specifically anymore until they picked up her phone call.
Right, that was the cover story.
But I thought that there had been something in there about there had been negative effects, but no, it was not my opinion that he did that. But no, I really loved the movie. I liked. It wasn't a twist at the end. I didn't have to be a twist, but I liked the ending. I loved everybody's performance. I thought that it was well written, well acted, well shot.
Yeah.
I love the
cinematography.
The pacing. At no point was I bored. I didn't think anything lingered. Any of the scenes lingered too long.
No.
Like I said, the trailer gives far more away earlier than the movie does. The movie leaves you the breadcrumb trail, but it makes you follow the breadcrumb trail. The trailer's just like, here is some, Act 3 stuff to look at, but you're looking at it in the total wrong context. We're purposely misleading you, but not even in a good way.
No. So, yeah, it just created the wrong vibe entirely.
But the movie, the cast, everything, great.
Yeah, I find
easily rewatch several times.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've already watched. This is my third rewatch, and
I mean, I don't think I'll be watching as intently every time, but I mean, like, it's easily a movie that I could have on in the background, and still want to stop whatever I'm really doing to be like, oh wait, it's that scene. Alright, I gotta watch that.
There's a handful of them in it too. It's not just one. One thing that I do want to talk about is the dad really quick. I found his alcoholism in the film absolutely hilarious and kind of sad as well, but it worked really, really well for the character. But like very early on,
he does use him more as a reason to be able to drink more.
Yes, that's exactly what it is, because it's like,
here, you want a beer? No? Yeah, you're gonna have one.
Well, that first time he asks him, he's just like, do you want a beer? No? Well, suit yourself. And he's irritated about it. And then he asks him again that night, and he's just like, good, okay, you will. And then they become drinking buddies. And then, like, the next day, asks him for more beer and everything, and then, like, the next day, hands him, like, I think the next day was after the big argument, after she, like, called it up on it, and so he's just like, I need a drink. David, do you want to join me? And he pours them both, like, drinks.
And that's funny, because that's when he was telling them about his boss.
Right, and they're getting liquor drunk at that point. And then it just keeps going on and on. And, like, I found it hilarious, but it also, it
divinity realm is so funny.
But the way his portrayal of it, the way that it was just constantly brought throughout the film, it was never done in a way that was done to be tragic or anything. It was always done as a humorous, in a humorous bit, I feel. And his entire portrayal of the character I found very humorous.
Well, it's not because they're not making it look like his family is suffering because of his drinking. It's clearly it's clearly not to that level.
Yeah, no, this is just his.
The bills are paid.
Yeah, everything's they're well past that point of any issues. They're just coping with it, and they're still not 100%. And he is definitely, I feel he is reminded more by David's presence there, and is drinking more because of that. And also because he's egged on by having a drinking buddy.
Okay.
yeah, it was something that I found very interesting. I do think it does support the character. It works well within his grief and everything, but it was also just a funny quirk that I found that was very funny. And the actor I was immediately noticed because um, it's the what's in fucking side me guy from Alien Resurrection, and the what was his other screaming line from Seven?
Oh, because he's the guy that had to witness lust.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, he's the one that committed lust.
Right.
Oh, that's right. It was get this fucking thing off me. Like those are his two most memorable lines for me. But very very memorable scenes for both. But yeah, he is the guy in Seven that is forced to be forced to be part of lust. Yeah, just thoroughly recommend this movie. As I said earlier, I give this film a 5 out of 5. But
I concur.
yeah, but I think we've been kind of rambling here, enough here, so gonna wrap it up here. Thanks for if you do enjoy this content, please give this video a like. It's definitely appreciated. If you have seen this movie, let me know what you thought of it in the comments. If this video made you watch this, please let me know what you ended up thinking of it. And just kind of let me know what your favorite scenes were in this. Like, obviously, our favorite scenes is the bar scene. It's just gold. The principal scene is probably my close second. But yeah, I think you said the same thing. But yeah, that'll wrap it up here. Subscribe for more content. Definitely have a lot more on the horizon. And stay safe, all. Bye.